Okay, it is time for my most controversial video I will probably ever make. It was nice knowing you all. I have a lot of conversations in my life just sort of naturally happen about Star Wars, which kind of makes sense because, I'm an absolute nerd for Star Wars. However, the conversation always ends the same way, where it's people ask, oh, so what's your favorite Star Wars film? And I go, it's Solo, a Star Wars story, and they just run away. They just run for the hills. They don't even say goodbye. Yeah, it's it's a sad reality I live in. However, I've decided I'm going to make this video to defend my reasoning of why I absolutely adore Solo, a Star Wars story. So, without further ado, just put down the lightsaber for just 5 seconds. Please don't hurt me, and let's get into why I think Solo is literally the best Star Wars film. Solo, if you don't know, is a story about what Han Solo got up to in the years before he met Luke and Leia, the years before he got frozen in carbonites, and it is absolutely awesome. We get to see how he met Chewbacca, we get to see how he got his name, and while people don't like it, I bloody love it. And we also get to see how he meets my one and only true love, and I have a Funko Pop right here. Here we go. Lando. Yeah, that's right. It tells the most human and messy story out of all of the Star Wars films. It combines sort of relationships, friendships, career aspects. It's just so damn human and combines everything that I'd ever want from a movie and B, a Star Wars movie. So what exactly do I love about this film? And oh boy, I'm going to have to just list these off because this document is oh so very long. So let's just start off with the music. The music in this film, again, like the rest of this film, is so unique. It's composed by John Powell. John Williams does like one bit of the score in this film because he reprises one of his pieces from, I want to say Empire. It might actually be A New Hope, but I haven't actually researched that. However, the score itself is beautiful. It is adventurous and it gives off these sort of adventurous tones. And in fact, I'm sort of been listening to it recently in research for this video, that it's more like an Indiana Jones score than it is a Star Wars score. And I absolutely love that because a big theme of this film and why I love it so much is that it is so new and unique to Star Wars. And this score just is the absolute pinnacle of that. It's just so fun. It doesn't have those big sort of like, I mean, it is big and orchestral, but at the same time it panders. It's just quite, again, it's just fun. And speaking of fun, Solo has an absolute extraordinary amount of world building that is so good. We get to see aspects that we've wanted to explore since the Clone Wars. And it has the courage to explore all these different things. It has the courage to show us different places that's not just Tatooine. And Solo doesn't revolve around the Empire. Sure, they're in it, but they're not like the main villain in this film. And it's great to explore all these crime syndicates that have risen up since the Empire have taken over. And what this film actually does is it gives me a whole new vision, a whole new take on what the Empire was or is. Because when I watch like the original trilogy, the Empire isn't really anything. They're just sort of like cannon fodder for Darth Vader. They're there to make Darth Vader look even more cool, basically. They don't really have a face. They don't really have a meaning. What's the Empire's message except from working for the Sith? There's nothing really there. Solo gives us that. Like, there's this amazing line where one of the generals on, I can't remember the planet, but it's like, okay, we need to eradicate the hostiles. And Solo's like, it's their planet, we're the hostiles. And just that one bit of dialogue is like, gives us so much meaning to what the Empire is like. And we didn't really get that in the other films. I didn't actually realize this, but the casting of this film is absolutely incredible. Like, you've got Alden, you've got Donald, you've got Emilia Clarke, you've got Woody Harrelson, you've got Paul Bettany, you've got Jon Favreau. Like, this film has so many good people in it that it's kind of kind of crazy. And of course, they do an absolute amazing job. Alden as Han Solo, he is Han Solo. Like, there's no doubt. Like, they look similar to Harrison Ford, and he's a great actor. I absolutely love him in this film. And the cinematography is so beautiful in this film. It's so human, it's so raw, and also reflects those sort of messy and human tones that I was speaking about earlier. I have been spending a little while trying to define what Ron Howard's directing style is, and I think I've got it after watching a few of his films. It's that he loves shooting in quite tight spaces and also choosing to shoot handheld. There's this great scene, this great shot even, where Solo is shooting, they're on Kessel, and he's shooting in it, and the camera moves with him as he backs into the Millennium Falcon. And it makes you feel like you're there. Like, he sticks to just looking at Alden, not what he's looking at, as he walks up the ramp into the Millennium Falcon. We've never seen that before. And it is amazing. It makes you feel like you're there in the moment. But it's also just so human. Again, like, it's handheld, it's shaky. It's not this perfect steady cam shot. It's just handheld, which is a genius decision. That's filmmaking. That is filmmaking. But the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video, the main reason why I love Solo, a Star Wars story, is that it's relatable. And no, I don't mean as in, like, I go up to space every now and then and I have a friend that's a Wookiee. What I mean by that is all of the characters are human. Like, they have issues in their life, they have troubles, they are not perfect, they are not the chosen one. This film goes against it's part of a small portion of sci-fi films that don't have the convention of the chosen one. Because the original trilogy, yes, it is great, and also the prequels, they are great and amazing, and I love them. But they have that idea that the chosen one, that it's only this person who is super powerful can save the day. Whereas Solo is telling the story of how someone who came from nothing, us humans, how they saved the day, how they came from nothing and overcome their struggles. Like, that's awesome to see. And of course, you've got the human elements of friendship, of unexpected friendships where Han and Chewie meet. You've got betrayal. You've got Kira struggling with her past and her actions. And of course, like, Solo doesn't end up with the love of his life in this film. It goes against conventions. It's not really a happy ending, sort of. I mean, it's sort of a happy ending, but not really. Not for Solo, anyway. All of these things are so fresh and new to not only the sci-fi genre, but to Star Wars. And that's why I love it so much. Again, this film had the courage to be different, and we should 100% reward it for being so. And at this point in the video, I normally be like, oh, so what would I improve about this film? But quite honestly, I have no notes. This film is absolutely perfect. So that's my very ramblings on why I love Solo so much. It's a human, relatable thrill ride that is absolutely awesome. It has everything I could ever want from a Star Wars film, or just a film in general. I hope you give it a shot, because it's really good. Give it another watch after watching this video, and I hope that it will become at least higher on your rankings. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching this video, and liking and subscribing and all that. It really does help out. I love you all for it, and yeah, just giving me a platform to talk about the stuff that I love is kind of awesome. So thank you so much. Yes, can you do me one more thing before you leave and tab off of this video? Can you just have a great day? Thank you.